Good morning or good night. This is Colleen for another Unreal tutorial. I was going to actually not start until April because we're in crunch time for our game, but by popular demand, I'll wake up extra early so I can do a Unreal tutorial. All right, for this one, I'm going to work with collision channels. I don't know if it seems confusing to people, but collision channels are actually really cool. I already have something open. I have a shooter. This one's actually the blueprint version, just for example. But you can do this with anything. Alright. Collision channels are actually what you use to, it's like, like enemy and player. I'll show you. Alright, you go to Edit, Project Settings, and you'd go to Collision. Oop, my mouse is kind of wonky. And alright, so this is your object channels. You want to go to New Object Channel, and you can name it anything you want. I'll just put enemy, and you can do like ignore or block everything. Just gonna ignore everything and accept. Alright, and you have it listed right here. You can make a new object channel. I think the minimum or the maximum I think is 16, though it may have changed. How many object channels you can have. Alright, I'm going to make the ally, and I'll make everything block. Alright, so you got two different object channels. You can just close it out. And okay, this will be our enemy, just for example. And right now it's at block all. I always click simulate generates hit events. But see, I'm gonna go to custom, collision enabled, make sure that's checked. Alright, so everything is pretty much a world static in the beginning. See, down here you could see your ally and enemy that we just made. And we put this one to block everything. And anyway, everything's blocked. Right now it's this doesn't always do this, but it automatically ignored other enemies, which is good. Alright, so the only thing you don't want to like hit other enemies. That's why you want to put it to ignore. Alright, so the player. So you like, the reason why I had blueprint is because you can't actually like do collision down here with your player. I don't think so. No. Okay. So go to your blueprint. Alright, this doesn't have a collision, but that's okay. Collision box, I meant. Where's collision? Alright. So this one's set at pawn. Custom. Collision enabled. Make sure that's there. And we're going to make this an ally. Okay, so it ignores visibility. I'm not really sure what that is. And it ignores enemy? No, we want to block the enemy and ignore ally. Because you don't want to hit other allies if you have other allies. Okay, we're going to save it. Okay, and it should collide with each other like it did in the beginning before you mess with anything. Or not. Okay, that was weird. Oh, duh. Okay, so anyway, you can't go through that one. Alright, remember that's the white block is the enemy and you are the ally. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is click on your enemy And just to see what happens, click on ally. And you gotta ignore ally. So now you just go right through it because you told it that it's an ally as well and you want to ignore all allies. You can still block allies. No, okay. Okay, because yeah, the ship ignored allies, so therefore they're not gonna touch. And you can do the same thing with enemies. I'm gonna make this an enemy and ignore enemies and allies. But it should not collide either. Yeah. So hopefully this doesn't confuse you, but it's object channels are a really great thing. Makes things, in my opinion, very more simplified. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a tip: if you do bullets for enemies and allies, I actually make new collision channels for bullets because if you put like the bullets as enemies and allies, they're gonna what do you call it? Collide. So I just put enemies and ally bullets as separate, like enemy bullets and ally bullets. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty simple. That's pretty much it for collision channels. Next time I will do an actual in-depth C++ tutorial about collisions and how to disable them and enable them and pick the certain collision channels through C++. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it wasn't too complicated. And until next time, have a good day, like and subscribe. Bye.